Hello students and viewers. Today I'm going to talk about your chapter number 4, that is seed testing. So this chapter again divided into two parts. In a part 1 or a part A, I'm going to discuss in detail about the moisture testing of the seeds, and in a part B, I'm going to discuss about germination testing. So first I'm going to discuss about moisture testing in this current lecture. So now see why this seed testing is done, right? And which are those standards set by the ISTA. So which standards they are again using to do this seed testing, right? So seed testing is determining the standards of seed lot via physical purity, moisture. Let me take pen. So here you can see this is physical purity, it has been checked, then moisture, germination and ODV. ODV is nothing but what? Other distinguishable variety. So this other distinguishable variety is also checked in a seed testing. So that is short form is ODV, and thereby enabling the farming community to get quality seeds. So again, what is our main aim is to get the quality seeds to the farmers. We are doing this seed testing. So, what are the objectives and importance of seed testing? So, seed testing is required to achieve the following objectives. So, first, see, it is to identify the quality problem and their probable cause. That is the first objective. We have to identify the quality problem as well as to we have to identify their cause of that particular quality problem. Second objective is to determine their quality, that is their susceptibility for planting, right? So we have to determine the quality. Next objective, to determine the need for drying and processing and specific procedure that should be used, right? So we must know the any procedure for this processing and for drying. Next objective, to determine if seed meets established quality standards or labeling specifications. So again we have to identify this labeling as well as the quality standards. Next, to establish the quality and provide a basis for price and consumer discrimination among lots in the market. So again we have to provide the basis for price, right? So means price should not be vary, right? Because we what's our main target is every farmer should take or should buy these seeds which are tested by the seed testing agency. So our prices should be affordable to the farmers. Next, moisture determination of seeds. So now see here, the moisture content of a seed is important determinant of duration of seed viability. So suppose the moisture content is high during the harvest condition, then it is seed susceptibility to the threshing damage. So it's going to increase the seed susceptibility to threshing damage. So during storage, see, during harvesting, okay, what is going to happen? It increases the seed susceptibility to threshing damage, right? And after threshing, when we are going to store the particular seeds, then if the high moisture content will be there in the within the seeds, then it's obviously going to decrease the viability more rapidly because of the mold growths, mold kind of uh, fungi, right? Heating damage, aging and greater insect damage. So again see, during storage also, if the high moisture content is there, then again it's going to damage the whole seeds because of these molds, because of the heat, because of the aging, and because of the formation of large insects in it. So it is important therefore to know the seeds moisture content immediately after harvest and when necessary after artificial drying as well. Now see, the seed trade allows a certain moisture percentage depending upon the seed type. So yes, there are the seed agencies, seed testing laboratories are there, which allows the seeds with a particular percentage of moisture in it. So the objective of the moisture analysis is to determine the moisture content of a seed lot at a sampling, right? So the objective of this moisture analysis is to determine particular moisture content. So therefore sample must be handled in such a way as to conserve its initial moisture content, right? So while sampling, again we have to conserve those seeds so that initial moisture content should be remain within the seeds. It should be packed in a moisture proof container. See, seeds where it should be packed, it should be packed in moisture proof container. So container may be of metal, or it may be of a plastic. So it should be submitted to the testing station without any delay, and it should be analyzed, it should be tested immediately upon the arrival. Okay, so there should not be any delay, there should not be any gap between the submitted sample and testing sample. So it should, as soon as it received, it should be tested by that particular seed testing stations. So during the determination, again see, the seed should be exposed to the laboratory atmosphere as little as possible. So here, while testing, what it is been said here. So it is, we have not to expose those seeds in a laboratory atmosphere. That is this point. Then see, for the species that do not require grinding, the sample must be transferred from its original container to the drying container within 2 minutes or less. See, time is also given. How? 2 minutes or it is less, right? So within this 2 minute or less, you have to transfer those seeds from their original container to the drying container. And see here, the seeds which do not require grinding means what? Some seeds are very very bigger, and we can't put those bigger seeds in a drying container or moisture meters. Okay, because moisture meters are very small instrument to determine the moisture from the seeds, right? So here the grinding must be there, means the whole, suppose this is the bigger seed, that should be broken into a smaller pieces so that we can identify the moisture content from it, right? So these are the ground material of this particular seed. So we can able to count, or we can able to measure the moisture content from this the small parts of that particular seeds. Now the moisture determination methods, so there are again various determination methods are there. So I'm going to discuss about this air oven method. So here see, this is the very common method which removes what? The water from the seeds by drying under controlled and prescribed conditions, temperature condition, right? So next point is equipments required for moisture determination. So which are those equipments that are required? So first is moisture meter. This is again instrument which is going to recognize, which are going to gives us accurate measurement of the moisture present within the seeds. The next, constant temperature oven, that should be there, right? So that we can keep our seeds for drying. Then moisture containers, it may be a bottle of glass or stainless steel, right? Then desiccator with silica gel, that is again needed. Then adjustable grinding mill or seed grinder. Then small spoon to mix our samples or to take out the samples for measurement. Then sieve a set of zero point 0.5 to 1 mm of mesh. Then cutting tool should be there. Why this cutting tool is used? Because to cut the bigger seeds. Then analytical balance to measure the weight of the seeds. Then heat resistant hand glue is again used to remove the seeds from the oven. Okay, for that purpose this hand gloves they are used. Then a brush or a steel brush. So again steel brush that is used during the moisture determination. So all these things till 11, you can see there are various equipments I have mentioned. So all these equipments, they are needed for moisture determination from the seeds. So here see first, so one by one I will going to discuss about this equipment. So first is here moisture meter. So you can see different kind of moisture meters are there, which I have mentioned over here. So this moisture meters, it is weighed on a built in a balance and heated by infrared lamp or electrical heating elements, right? So this moisture meter, which is determined by their conductivity, means moisture content is directly proportional, see, to the resistant and the dielectric constant of the seed sample. So here moisture content is directly proportional to whom? To the resistant and dielectric constant of the seed sample. So likewise, here you can see in this instrument, suppose this is the lid. You have to open the lid and then you have to keep the seeds over the stage which is present over here. Okay, so seeds you have to transfer by opening this black colored lid, right? Same in case of here from this is the slot where you have to pour the seeds from top, right? So likewise, these are the different instruments, moisture meters, which is going to uh, gives us accurate moisture content. Next, say moisture container or bottles of a glass or stainless steel. So you can see here these are these glass bottles which has this lid. This is the particular lid, right? So these lids that should be tie or that should be cover to this bottle. So this lid should be uh, going to fit closely to that bottle. Okay, it should be airtight. Okay, there will not be a movement of air from in and out. So likewise you have to choose the containers. So here see container of non-corrosive metal approximately 0.5 mm thick. So container should be non-corrosive because we have to find out the moisture content, right? So, and hence the material or container should be non-corrosive with the side rounded at the base and flat bottom, level edges. Okay, here you can see all the edges, they are uh, having same level, and a loose fitting cover. So here again, some bottles they has the airtight and some bottle they has the loose fitting cover, right? The container should be 3 centimeter high with a base diameter of 6 centimeter. So the effective surface of the bottom must be large enough to distribute the working sample in a uh, level of not more than zero point 0.3 gram per meter cube. So the base should be what? This base should be flat so that it should carry the seeds for sampling, right? So both the container and its cover should be labeled with the same number so that each sample can be identified during the test. So container and this cover, this is the container and this is the small cover, right? So that should be labeled with the same number of the seeds so that we can get that yes, this particular seeds are present in this particular bottle. Now see constant temperature oven. So here again see we are going to keep these seeds right over here uh, to make them dry in condition. So oven, it is electrical oven with adequate ventilation should be there and a thermostatic or electronic control for constant temperature. So oven must have these the knobs should be present over here and we can able to maintain the constant temperature with the help of this electronic control, or I can say a knob which is present on it. The next analytical balance. So an analytical balance, it must has these decimal places, that is up to 3 point not decimal points should be present on this analytical balance. So it can able to measure at least 1 milligram of the sample. Then next, see, adjustable grinding mill, or we can say it is a seed grinder. So here grinding mill constructed of material that cannot absorb moisture. Yes, obviously our intention, or on which topic we are discussing right now, till now we are discussing moisture content of the seeds. So obviously the grinding mill in which we are going to grind our seeds, that grinding mill should not be absorb the moisture. So here grinding mill should not made up of the wood, right? So wood is going to absorb the moisture content. So your grinding mill should not be made up of these woods. So mill construction should be protect the seeds and the resulting ground material. It should be as such as as much as possible from exposure to the room atmosphere during grinding, right? So the mill construction, it should be protect the seeds, right? Then the meal should grind evenly and not be run at a speed high enough to the hill the ground material. The air current that accelerate the operation of the moisture must be reduced to a minimum. The mill should be able to adjust it to a different degree of grinding fineness, and allow thorough cleaning. So here your cleaning should be thorough, and uh, the grinding fineness should be adjusted with the help of the knobs which are present again on the grinding mills. So that should be there, so that according to the different sizes of the seed we can adjust the fineness of the ground material. Then see, again we have to use different sieves, that is channi, right? So different sieves we have to use, it is of zero point 0.5 or 1 mm of a mesh, right? So this mesh uh, uh, sieves with receptacle and lead. The mesh opening should be zero point 0.5 and 1 mm wide. Now see, desiccator with silica gel. So why we are using this desiccator? To cool down the seeds which is present in the oven. So after oven the seeds are directly removed and then they are kept here in the desiccator, right? So in a desiccator what is present? Silica gel is present. So desiccator should have a thick metal or porcelain plate to accelerate cooling of the container and seeds. So main purpose of this desiccator is to cool down the container along with the seeds. So desiccator's bottom compartment contains silica gel, right? So here at the bottom silica gel is present. So preferably colored with cobalt chloride as an indicator. So as soon as the dark blue color turns a pale pink, the desiccants should be reactivated by heating at 130 degrees centigrade in the oven, right? So once this desiccator, the color, here you can see the color, right? It at first it would be of a blue color, but after placing the seeds with the container, the color of this desiccator is going to change, right? So if this pale pink color appears to the desiccator, so this desiccator again reactivated, right? So how they are going to reactivate it? So we have to heat this again at 130 degrees centigrade in the oven, right? And then we can able to kept seeds for the next time to cool it down. Now next, a brush and a steel brush. So again, why this brush is used? Because see, to clean the meals after grinding. So for that purpose we are going to use this brush. So several metal trays with holes about 5 in diameter. So seed containers placed on the trays can be moved easily into and out of the oven. So tray holes promote air circulation in the oven. So a part of crucible tongues and a cloth to remove hot container in the trays from the oven. See, the small spoon to transfer the seeds into the container. Again, these cloths are again used to remove this container from the oven. Then small spoon also used to remove the seeds or to transfer the seeds into the container. Now see procedure. Now actual procedure. So for this procedure, see how much weight of the submitted sample should be. So here see 100 gram for the species that have to be ground, right? So you have to take the small seed parts that has to be ground, right? So for such a seed you have to take 100 gram from this, then 50 gram for all other species. Okay, so if the seed itself smaller in a shape, in a size, then you have to take as it is seeds should not be ground here in the small seeded crops, right? So for that purpose you have to use this 50 gram of the seed. Then sample submitted, that sample should be submitted in polythene bags which is greater than 700 gauge. See, this is the thickness which is present to these polythene bags. So polythene bags thickness should be greater. See here symbol is there, right? So here greater than 700 gauge. The most of the species are dried hours at 130 degrees centigrade except for cereals which are dried for 2 hours. The maize which, as it is the seeds are bigger in size, it is dried for 4 hours. And the seed containing oil, see, the seed containing oil that is dried for 17 hours at 103 degree centigrade. So likewise you have to dry the seeds. Now see, now this is the actual procedure, right? Procedure for moisture contained. This is actually procedure, right? Now here the empty container is weighed with its cover, so that is you have to mention it as M1. The container, empty container with its lid or cover, that is M1. You have to weigh this container. Then next, the submitted sample is mixed thoroughly with a small spoon and two portions of 5 gram each are weighed along with the container. So uh, here M1 we have calculated. Now the same container you have to take and then 5 gram of the samples are placed in that container and then again you have to weigh and you have to mention that weight as a M2. Next, the seeds should be distributed evenly over the bottom of the container. Now you have to distribute the seeds on the bottom of the container. So after weighing, remove the lid of the container. Now you have to you have these you have taken the weight of that particular container with the seed, right? Now you have to remove the lid, right? Here we have used with its cover or with its lid. Now here after weighing you have to remove the lid of the container. So after that the container are placed in preheated oven, means during or while placing a seeds in a oven, what you have to do is you have to remove the lids of the container, right? So after drying the container are closed with their covers and allowed to cool for 30 minutes in desiccator. Now see, for cooling purpose what we are using? We are using the desiccator. Then again you have to weigh. then that weight should be mentioned as M3. So moisture content is, that is MC, is calculated to 1 decimal places using the further formula. So see here formula. So M is equal to M2 minus M3, M2 minus M3 divided by M2 minus M1 into 100. So here M2 minus M3, that is nothing but what, loss of weight, and M2 minus M1, that is initial weight of seed, into 100. So see here M1, what is M1? The weight of empty container. Please do remember M1 is nothing but weight of empty container with cover. Then M2 is nothing but weight of container with cover and seeds before drying. That is very important. M2 is nothing but what? The container with its cover and with seeds. So that is M2. So it is before drying, right? And M3 now. So weight of the container with cover and seeds after drying. Okay, means we are keeping in an oven, right? So before keeping in an oven, uh, we are going to measure the weight, right? So that weight is considered as M2. So after having or after keeping in an oven, you have to remove those seeds. You have to uh, placed in the desiccator, and then after cooling, you have to again weight the particular seeds, right? And that weight is considered as M3. So result of the duplicate determination should not be differ by more than 0.2%, right? So suppose you are taking the results or sampling or determining the moisture in a duplicate or triplicate result. So in the duplicate results, your difference should not be more than 0.2%, right? So otherwise the analysis should be repeated in a duplicate. Now see, grinding and pre-drying. Now see, grinding means what? Making fine, or we are going to cut the small bigger seeds into a smaller parts of that seeds, right? So this technique is known as what? Grinding. The instrument through which we are going to convert these bigger seeds into a smaller seeds. And pre-drying. Okay. So pre-drying means what? Again here you have to uh, dry the seeds, and then you have to uh, measure the moisture content of that particular seeds. So now see here, some seed species must be ground before the actual moisture content is determined. For example, cotton seeds, rice, maize, cereal, peas and beans. Right? So here what we have to dry these, or we have to ground these seeds before to measure the moisture content. Then see, cereal and cotton seed must be finely ground. Okay, which seeds? Cereals. Cereals, all it is rice, maize, peas, beans, all they are coming under what? Cereals, right? And the cotton seed must be finely ground. Means you have to break the seeds, you have to convert into a smaller pieces, and that is your finely ground material of the particular seeds. So it should be at least 50% of the ground material must be able to pass through a wire sieve of 0.5 mm mesh size, and not more than 10% should remain on sieve with 1 mm meshes. Right? Now, continued for grinding and pre-drying. For leguminous seeds, legume, right? For leguminous seeds, for example, in case of groundnut, it's belonging to leguminaceae. So only coarse grinding is necessary. See, so at least 30% of the ground material should pass through wire sieve with 1 mm meshes, right? Then see next, The grinding mill should be adjusted to produce particles of required dimensions, right? So grinding mill is again why we are using to make the fine particles of that particular seeds. So and it quantity of the sample larger than that required for the test should be ground. So here again the how much quantity we required, that quantity should be ground, and then we have to send those seeds for seed testing. Seeds of Vicia faba, right? So Vicia faba seeds might be difficult to ground because see the seeds of Vicia faba, they are larger in size, they are bigger, right? And that can be cut into a small pieces before grinding. If the seed sample requires grinding and the moisture content exceeds 17%, the pre-drying is necessary before grinding, right? So here what what it is explained, the moisture content exceeds 17%, right? For example, 10% moisture is present in soybean, 13% moisture is present in rice. So pre drying is necessary before grinding, because see if the seeds they are with the high moisture content, then it's unable to make their parts with the help of grinding machines. So for that, for having the fine particles or to make the grinding material of the particular cereal seeds, we have to dry it, we have to pre dry it. So for this 250-gram samples are weighed and placed onto two open trays at 130 degrees Celsius for 5 to 10 minutes. Then very moist seeds about 25% moisture content or greater is sprayed on two open trays and dried at these 7 70 degrees Celsius for 2 to 5 hours depending on the initial water content. The trays are often left uncovered in the laboratory for at least 2 hours. See, so if the laboratory rooms relative humidity exceeds 70%, then it is preferable to put the pre-dried seeds in a closed desiccator, right? So if the moisture content is greater, so it's better to place those seeds in a closed desiccator, because see what our intention is, we have to remove the moisture content from the seeds, and hence we are doing the pre-drying technique. And even if we are doing this pre-drying and we are keeping the seeds as it is in a laboratory room conditions, then it's the humidity will be absorbed by the seeds, then there will not be a use of pre-drying. So two samples are then weighed separately and a portion is ground, that is for example 20 gram. So now see, the ground material is then subjected to a moisture test using the air oven method, and then now the moisture content M is calculated. Now see, now previous formula and this formula is very different. So this particular formula it is been used for this pre-drying, and for grinding, moisture content of this grinding material is determined with the help of this formula. And you can see the previous formula is here, m2 minus m3 divided by m2 minus m1 into 100, right? So this formula is applied to the seeds that are directly transferred to the moisture containers, right? So these seeds they are not dried, or these seeds they are not grinded, they are not broken into a smaller pieces, right? The seeds kept as it is into the moisture container to determine the moisture. So for those seeds, those are kept as it is For that seeds we are using these formula, that is m2 minus m3 divided by m2 minus m1 into 100. And the next this formula that is used for grinding seeds or pre-drying seeds. So here see S1 plus S2 in bracket minus S1 into S2 bracket complete divided by 100. So see S1 is nothing but what? It is the percentage of moisture lost by pre-drying. So that is you have to mention it is S1. Whereas S2 the percentage of moisture lost by oven method or normal drying, right? So that is your S2. So this is pre-drying, that is S1, and the moisture lost by the oven method, that is S2. So likewise you have to calculate the moisture from the pre-drying seeds sample as well as the direct seed samples by using this formula. So thank you very much.